All right, y'all want to play D&D?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. It's been a hot second. Who can tell me what we did last time?
Sorry.
You're doing great, sweetie.
No, I'm not.
We went to Casper. Is that the city?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Casper. And we all kind of like split up a little bit, and then we all ended up at the like secret night market with like black market shit. And some people scored some booze and some weapons. And then as we were leaving, the militants were coming.
Yeah.
That's what I remember.
Hell yeah. Anyone else want to add anything before I read what I wrote down? Y'all remember the important stuff. I just tell you the plot that happened. So last time you guys left Cheyenne officially, made your way to Casper. You found that Percy's hand, super fucked up. Also Cormac's leg wasn't great, not great position. So those things are, you made a splint for Cormac, but Percy, you made a brace for yourself for your hand. And that's all we can do with that at the moment. An important thing was Abel told Letty that she should consider possibly leaving the group if she thought she was a danger to everybody. That was fun of him. When you guys got to Casper, Abel and Leaf immediately left all you guys to go buy a cart for the group. Y'all split up and explored the city. Venice and Letty helped out Impala, who was a masked merchant who had just been mugged, and Dot purchased some candy with real US currency, which was suspicious of her. Later, at the night market, y'all were there, is at the college and the dining center. Y'all restocked weapons and ammo as well as some other smaller necessities. While you guys were leaving, you saw there was militants that kind of all around looking in windows, seeing if they could, spot anybody. And you guys went back and warned everybody in the night market, who immediately began to pack up and also disperse. As you guys were leaving, 3 militants approached you, weapons drawn, but not pointing at you, just outside their holsters. And that's where we are right now. You got 3 people approaching you, as you guys were obviously trying to make an escape. And they just yell at you to stop. What are you guys doing?
No, I'm gonna go the other way.
Yeah, I'm gonna not stop.
Yeah.
You're not gonna stop. They're going to, once again, they're like, no, halt, 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 please.
I'm gonna try and have space, just like
Mm-hmm.
hover a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn around and say, "Hi, officers. What do you guys need?"
All right. Hey, Percy, could you
Leave
roll?
it down.
Yeah, I was gonna say, oh, that's probably smart because then you don't look sus.
I was like, okay,
Wait,
so
wait.
Percy, yeah.
I'm rolling perception.
No, so Percy turns around to say hello. Are you guys still leaving? Are you still walking away, leaving Percy?
Ooh, I'm gonna stick with Percy.
Yeah.
Okay. Better. You stop. Percy, can you make a general charisma check? Just flat charisma.
Uh-huh. 9.
Nine. These guys approach you. They look very on edge. They get a lot closer. They still aren't like pointing weapons at you, but they're still drawn. And they just kind of go, well, what y'all doing here this time of night? In the campus.
Going home.
Going home. Okay, what were you doing here before you were going home?
Going home.
You you weren't going home why are you here? Why were you here?
We're just going home.
Uh,
We're passing through to go home.
Listen, little lady, I just want a little bit of information. We can let you guys go home. We just want to know what was going on in here. All right, we know there was something happening. We just want to know a little bit of information. We can let you guys go along your way. All right.
Okay, I get it.
We can make this
We
very.
were looking for some help because I got shot in the hand.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check with advantage.
12.
They look at your hand and they'll go, ooh, oh goodness, ooh, that doesn't look good. And they go, and there was someone here who could have helped you?
Yeah.
Did they help you? Because that, no offense, looks super bad.
Oh. See, I thought it looked good. No, I didn't get help.
You see these Miltons looking at your hand. They seem like squeamish. Like looking at it, like that's the kind of vibe you're getting. Like the vibe you're getting. You don't have to roll an insight check. No, these are a couple fucking punks. Like these are some low ranking. Like definitely got sent out because this wasn't a huge issue. You know, these guys aren't super tough. That's the kind of vibes you're getting from without an insight check. And they say, yeah, no, I think that looks actually really kind of gross. Do you like we can like help? And the guy, he looks over his friends like, can we help? Can we help this girl? They're like, I don't think so. I don't think we're allowed to. The guy's like, oh.
Wow, that's awful. Aren't you guys here to serve and protect? I got my hand shot off, man.
We were just here. There was like some sort of disturbance. We just want to make sure everyone was safe, you know? So
Safe. You want to look at it? Look at it.
Y'all, why don't y'all get this girl some medical attention or something? Why don't y'all run out of here? All right, thanks. Thanks for stopping. Thanks for answering. Thank you. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Keep walking.
All right. That's what I thought.
Those guys rolled a 3 versus your persuasion check.
And 2 was to throw a smoke bomb, so.
And run.
Yep. And
Yeah,
try to steal
these guys kind of look through, they begin going towards the actual dining center. But you've mostly gotten, people have already been getting out, so they're probably fine. These guys start going the opposite direction as you. You guys are kind of free to go.
Dope.
Dip as fast as possible.
Once out of earshot to Percy, I'm gonna be like, oh, that was sick.
Yeah, nice thinking.
That was really good.
Thank you. I was kind of hoping they would give me some free like free band-aids or something. I go in with my dominant hand and I'm like,
Oh.
Yeah, you guys make it out of there unharmed. It is the middle of the night. You guys are gonna need to find somewhere to sleep for tonight.
Would I have like any insight on a good place for that?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a history check if you'd like.
Oh, that's a natural 20 for a total of 24.
Okay. All right. You have places that you have stayed here before. That you, Venice, because they were your places, you know that they're safe.
Dope.
That you have a couple around town because you know that you need to keep moving. You have some that are actually kind of more in the downtown area, kind of like an abandoned building, like has like a back room that you've used before. There's some more out in the residential area, like a house that you've used before. Yeah, you have a couple little areas you can go to.
Ooh, let's go to a house. That sounds cute.
Little house?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a longer walk to get over there, as long as that's okay with you. Not that
Yeah. If
it can
it's
be too much danger.
from like the whole militant issue,
Mhm.
that's good.
Yeah, you guys kind of book it out of there. You can see, go ahead and make a perception check for if you can hear or see anything else happening with them.
10.
22.
24.
15.
15. All right, you guys can hear as you all are leaving, and especially you can see there is like you groups of people kind of heading out into the city that all came from the same location. And you think that because you got everyone that head start, probably if there was anybody straggling behind, one kind of on them. But you believe that like, especially all those merchants 100% got out. You don't think that these militants would have found too much linking anybody or being able to like figure out like how any of this got set up. But you can like see as you walk around, like there's militants kind of like, there's like a couple like patrol groups all like heading that way. So like looks like it could have been a big issue, but because of you guys' warning and everyone getting out, completely avoided. Good job. Y'all head over to kind of more residential area. And Venice, you see there's a cute little kind of like one bedroom house. Concrete steps up to a front door that's completely gone. Like a little chain link fence that's partially like tipped and moved over. And inside this house, mostly of course ransacked. There is furniture kind of strewn about. Venice, you've probably slept on some of these couches before. And yeah, you guys see this little tiny house.
Cute.
I want to scout around the backside and see if I can see anything.
Yeah, go for it. Go ahead and roll another perception check.
19?
19. You can see it's a pretty quiet night overall. You can see near to the actual city, you can see people going around. And with a 19, you can see that is like a smaller, you can see some groups of people in this neighborhood that are going in and out of houses. They don't look like militants, but they do appear to be getting into houses but then leaving very quickly.
Okay.
That's what you'll got.
Icky. Is
Alright.
that like a normal thing, Rig?
Not like super normal. You think they're probably looking for either supplies or things that they could grab and sell somewhere else, most likely. They're probably just scavenging houses, but trying not to get either caught or run into anybody.
Okay. Do we want to just wait till they get here?
Does it look like they're coming towards our building or like have already been here?
You think they're poised to come this way. It'll take them a little while to get over here, just judging by how fast they're getting in and out of these other houses. But they're like kind of up the street at this point. So it'd be probably like a half hour until they get way closer to this house.
I'm gonna stay kind of on the front doorstep, kind of like almost holding my bow in a way that would be like, hey, this house has got people in it, don't you dare come near us, kind of a thing.
Mhm.
Just see if I can hopefully ward them off.
What's everyone else doing?
Can I just like look around the rest of the house?
Absolutely. Are you looking for anything particular or what you doing?
If this is a place I've stayed before, I want to look. Is this the kind of thing where like people would leave notes on the wall or anything like that?
I'll ask you, does Venice leave notes in buildings?
I think Venice leaves very small, like symbols that serve the purpose of like I was here.
Mhm.
Maybe she leaves dates.
Yeah, you can see where you have marked this house before, and you can see around it people have also left their mark. You don't see the sort of writing that you found like in the barn or anything like that. You see a lot more just smaller like I was here and I just need to leave a mark to prove it.
Yeah. Okay. Does this house have an attic?
Yeah,
Can I check out the attic?
absolutely.
You're and Frank.
You since you've been here, you know where like pull down ladder is to get up to the attic. I'm gonna roll. You get up there, and you can see that there's like a bunch of like animals that have like made like nests up in here. So there's like family like raccoons that just kind of like stare at you as you enter the attic.
Can I pet them?
Roll an animal handling check.
Okay. I have a +3 in animal handling for no reason other than I want to be able to pet things. Okay, that's a 9.
You look in their little faces, and you are like, yes. And you reach out, and they immediately like just begin snarling. And the rest of you guys you can see like the bottom half of Venice up on this ladder, and then you just hear screaming, and like 5 raccoons jump out from around Venice and are now in the house.
Fuck.
This is the best thing I've ever done.
So there are 5 snarling, scared out of their mind raccoons sprinting around trying to find the exit. They are not very smart. They keep like running up to people, they thinking that they're brave, they are not brave, and then running away. They can't find the front door. Also, because Letty's at the front door, they're scared of Letty. It's wild in here now.
Can I pull out like a piece of bread or something?
Yeah, you can do that.
Try to give him some bread.
Past bread at this point.
You might be a little bit past bread. They are going nuts, sprinting around. I mean, everyone else, these raccoons are like running up to you, snarling, and chittering.
I'm screaming.
Oh,
Don't scream.
I can't help it. There is a feral animal, a rodent, running up to me. I don't feel like socializing.
Dot, you are screaming. You jump up like on the remains of like a couch, and this fucking raccoon launches itself at you. It rolled a natural 20 to attack. You guys, as all of this Panamos have, you see a raccoon launch itself. It like full on like attacks, like it's on like your head, Dot. It takes you down. You fall over onto your back.
Oh, I wish it was like in Pocahontas.
whole
I'm
time-
trying to get it off of me.
The whole time Venice is just like, no, it's a friend. No, it's a
No,
friend.
it's not. But I'm not gonna try and like kill it or anything. I just want it off of me. Like, I don't wish it to be dead. I'm just like,
Yeah, go ahead. You can roll either a dex or an athletics check to yeet this thing off of you in a way that's productive and will get it as far away as possible.
oh God, I can't read. Oh, does it? An 18, please. It's off me. It's
Yeah.
off me.
Can I
Yeah,
catch it?
you can certainly try. You guys see Dot on the floor, full on launches a raccoon into the air. Venice, you go to try to catch it.
Okay, what am I rolling? Is this like,
What do you think you should roll for catching a raccoon?
I would love to roll acrobatics.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. This is a dirty 20.
All right. You dive to save this raccoon, and you absolutely grab it into your arms. It is still free. It's not like calmed. It just got launched in the air. Now it's freaking out in your arms on the ground.
Can I like hold it like a little baby and walk over to like the back door and like let it out?
Roll me one more animal handling check to see if you can hold it long enough to get it out the back door.
16?
You are able to, it's struggling, it's swiping at you. You are able to throw it out the back door.
Great. The whole time I'm walking over there, I'm petting it.
It's not enjoying it. Yeah, I mean, fucking Percy and Letty, what are you guys doing as this rampage is happening in the house?
Oh my lord. I turn around from the door where I'm trying to be productive and I see like chaos essentially, right? And there's raccoons rolling around. So I like try and dodge out of the way, like screaming like a crazy person. Can I roll for animal handling to see if I can like yeet one out the front or something?
Yeah, go for it.
Very gently and kindly. Dirty 20.
You can absolutely like bowl one out of the front door.
Okay, alright. I just like noticing how kindly Venice is treating them, I try and like give a little kiss on the top of the forehead and just chuck it.
All right. I mean, I love it. I'm loving everything that's happening right now.
Does Venice see you do that?
I hope so.
She's like,
Mm-hmm. Percy, you doing anything with this raccoon situation?
I mostly am trying to get out of the way. I don't like it. I freak out and I'm trying to crouch on top of the couch and like hide up on the couch so they don't touch me.
Yeah, you Cormac is of the same mind as Dot, where he also is like, these are disgusting rodents. I do not want them touching me. You are both trying to hide from these raccoons. They mostly, like, they don't want anything to do with you. They're just, sprinting all around the floor. And after a good minute or two of chaos, finally all of these raccoons figure out how to get outside, and you are left with calm. And
I hope
that-
everyone has their shots.
Venice is in a fit of laughter, but it's like, I'm sorry, guys.
Did you do this? Did you get these raccoons out of here?
I just wanted to pet them. They were
Alright.
It was a raccoon.
Not pets, Venice.
Yeah, they are. They have little hands.
I open up my travel guide and I'm like, raccoons, not pets. Do not feed them. Native to this area. Come on, Ben.
I'll be like, I don't know, guys. Last time I was here, the raccoons in the attic were nicer.
So you knew they were there?
Well, they were probably different ones. I don't know.
When were you here last?
Well, I've been with Abel's group for I think 2 years.
Mhm.
I remember my own backstory. So, before then.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, okay, so anyways, did you actually want to check out the attic, or were you just looking for raccoons?
No, I do want to check out the attic. The raccoons
Okay.
are definitely an added benefit.
All right. So you head up to the attic for real this time.
Yeah.
Are you looking for anything specifically up here?
I guess just anything from any other passerby or resistance fighter type person.
Yeah. Up in the attic, you can see kind of because it's kind of like a little hatch that you have to bring down. You can see there's a kind of a more permanent sleeping area up here because it's a little bit more out of the way, a little bit more protected. So you can kind of see a section with an old mattress with a lot of I was here little scratches in the walls all around it. And you also you find a little kind of a calling card is also scratched into the wall up here, basically saying this person has information about the bigger picture, and kind of a little place for it to find them if you want information about what's happening outside of the state or what's going on throughout the country.
Yes.
Um,
Can I copy down that information to my
Absolutely. It's basically just a vague address and a first name, which is probably a fake name because duh. But let me find out what this person's name is, maybe. You get the first name Pallas. Pallas.
Okay. Do I know where this person is? Like is he in the city, or is this like someone I have to travel to?
This will be someone in the city. It gives you kind of like a shop name that's in like the downtown area. You know this place. It is like an old like a little grocer place, tiny little like family owned one. So apparently they're hanging around that area. If you go there, you can probably find them pretty easily.
Cool. Well, I know what I'm doing tomorrow. I'll take that information back to the rest of the group.
Isn't Pallas that weird looking cat animal? Is that what it is? Is that what that is?
Yeah, there's a Pallas cat.
Neat.
I just had
Is that
you
in
guys
the
do
book? Are they friends? Can we pet those?
All animals are friends. Oh my god, it's so ugly, it's cute. It looks like an actual person.
I promise
His face is an old man.
I'm not taking you guys to like find like a cat boy. Like this is just a name I have in my list of names. Okay.
Beautiful.
There's no furries in this campaign.
Bet. Looks like an 85-year-old man.
Like a poorly taxidermied cat.
Maybe it was. Maybe that's what the picture is of.
He just needs a little therapy, that's all.
Oh my god.
Does it say anything about what this person does, or is it just like a contact that we could find?
So it's just a contact. It sounds like they probably have information about stuff happening outside the state.
Do you peek outside and see if the other roaming people are around? If they've noticed the raccoons?
Yeah, so when you look back outside, you do not see those people anymore.
Oh, that's nice.
Like, we just like peek out, like they could be in a house still, or
It's either they're in a house, you believe with how much noise you made, if they were trying to sneak around, they probably aren't coming by anymore because they know that someone's in this house.
yeah, that's fair. Oopsies.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Is there a basement to this house?
There's a little like cellar area, like a full basement, but definitely like a little tiny, like almost like a storm little cellar.
Okay. I'm kind of embarrassed by like what just happened, so I'm gonna go down there to like look around for stuff and to also just not think about how embarrassing that was.
Yeah, you head down to this little storm cellar. The doors on it are gone, so it's pretty like open. It's a little concrete downstairs area. There's not much left to this because it already wasn't furnished when this was like someone's actual house.
Mm-hmm.
So there really isn't. There's like a couple like shelves with some like kind of basically just like trash is down here. But you see there's like a little like bench, and like looks like maybe is a cot, from somebody, but there's not a whole lot down here.
Okay. Okay, then I'm just gonna keep in mind that there is a cot and go back upstairs.
You head back upstairs?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Percy, you doing anything?
Yeah, I want to head to the kitchen and see if there's anything in there. Well, first of all, I'd like to just kind of sit and check my bandages.
You can go ahead and do like a medicine check if you would like.
What's that? That one.
Looks fine. You go ahead and check out this kitchen. You can see there's a fridge, there's like a stove, some cabinets and cupboards. Not a whole lot of food left in here. There's like, you can find like some cans like pushed way in the back. You actually find cans that are stuffed in the stove, pushed to the way back of it.
Are they expired?
100%, but like,
What is it, like soup or like beans or something?
yeah, perishables that possibly, like, judging by some of these dates, these are like from like immediately after this great happening. Like possibly this originally family like put them in here to hide them as like they went downstairs. It's like the cellar. Yeah, they're super expired, but they're back there.
Are there any pots? Things to cook in?
Yeah, you find one little tiny sauce pot. No lid, a little bit dented in. Yeah, you can find one.
Okay. And then also, are there any cleaning supplies or rat poison?
Yeah, you find underneath the sink, little cupboard, also pushed to the back, you find like a little thing of rat poison in the back.
Hell yes. Okay, so I'm gonna take out the pot and I'm gonna just start dumping as many toxic things as I can find, and I'm trying to make acid.
All right. I would like you to make
Or some kind of weapon. I'm trying my hand at chemistry here.
yeah, I would like you to make a what the heck? I don't know if I want to do maybe like a sleight of hand or a history check. You're gonna do it with disadvantage.
Why?
Multiple reasons.
Give me one.
One reason you're trying. You have like rat poison, a bunch of weird shit in your bag. We're just going to see, this check is how well you can mix things without gassing this whole house, hurting yourself, and those around you, or just straight up starting a fire.
Okay, let me think about this for a second. I want a weapon that's not a knife and not a bomb. I feel like she would know chemistry.
I will let you make a wisdom check with disadvantage.
Do we have
to try
like
to
a
make this?
something?
What was that?
Do you have a Bunsen burner or something so I could do this outside?
Roll me a flat luck check. See if you have a Bunsen burner.
16.
16? You, not in like the traditional sense do you have a Bunsen burner. You have matches and like kindling. You don't have a scientific Bunsen burner.
Well, how have we been preparing food? Have we been making fires?
Yeah. So like you have the stuff to just like start a fire outside. You don't have like a really like super controlled one.
I'm gonna go to Venice and I'm gonna say, hey, would we get in trouble if I started a fire outside with the smoke?
Regan, is that a bad idea?
So there's pros and cons.
We're pushing all
Fire-
the buttons, right? All the wrong buttons.
Some cons, people know where you are. You know, if it gets out of control, you might lose the house. Probably not gonna happen. You'll see. But then again, a lot of people make fires to stay warm. It's not uncommon, you know. There's like a little, you can tell in this like yard surrounding this house, there have been other fires lit. It just depends on what Venice thinks would be safe or not.
I'm gonna say keep it small. If it starts to get out of control, let me know and we'll put it out.
Okay.
Otherwise, go have fun, kid.
I take my pot and I take my rat poison and I go outside. Bye, Venice. Okay, what am I rolling for this thing?
You're gonna
A wisdom
roll
check?
with disadvantage. So just straight d20, add your wisdom, and we'll see how well you do. Four. Okay.
My roll is great.
All right.
I was gonna get
So-
herself killed.
I would now like you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm gonna yell out, everyone take cover! That's a 13. I get to save myself from my own explosions sometimes. I don't know if that would help in this situation.
This is not an explosion. This is you are heating up rat poison and some other things you have in your backpack. And you suddenly get really dizzy.
Mhm.
And the rest of you inside, it takes a couple of seconds. You go, we haven't heard from Percy in a while. It does occur to you that it's been a little while, and you have not heard from her or are hearing her.
Do we hear her yell to take cover?
Your con throw was not that this was going to explode. It is that you have ended up inhaling a lot of poison.
Wow.
I'll go check on Percy.
Yeah.
Shit in the backyard.
You guys
like to
walk
think-
outside. You guys can see this little tiny fire set up, very controlled, very safe. At this point, the small little fire's gone out. You see a pot on top of it, and you see Percy fully passed out in the yard.
Can we her like back?
Yeah.
Out of the like fume radius.
But as you get her, I'll get the pot out of there.
Cool.
Right.
I don't know medicine though, so like I'm just gonna like
Let it be the
tap her
muscle,
face
right?
a little bit. Like,
You want to
come on.
swap jobs?
Percy, you come to as Venice begins to move you.
Oh, cool.
Venice, I need to know. Did it work?
Well, it certainly knocked you out, didn't it?
Oh, quick, someone bottle it up.
Um, I don't think that's a good idea.
I think it's a great idea.
All right. Well, maybe not.
What the rest of you guys find is, especially Letty, in this pot, what had probably been could have probably been bottled has mostly burned itself up. So there's basically some sludge at the bottom of this pot.
I'm holding my breath as we do this, and then I guess I have a container or a bowl or anything, and I try and dump it into there and just chuck the pot across the yard.
Yeah, you do that. And you have this sludge in a separate container now.
It's in my morning coffee mug. It's full of burned rat poison.
Give it here.
I want a mug back.
I did it.
Don't breathe.
So, Sam, for your use, you basically have one container of, we'll just call it sludge.
Toxic sludge.
You can use it, and on your turn, you can toss it on somebody, and they'll have to make a DC 15 con saving throw or be knocked out.
That's what I was looking for. I feel very proud.
Are you okay right now? Do you can you tell me your name and birthday? What brought you into the hospital?
I have never felt better in my life, buddy. And I don't know my own birthday. So I could make one up for you, but I don't think I could tell you that information. But I think my name's Percy.
Well, okay.
Your name's Letty, right?
Yeah.
Did you see my sludge?
It looks great. It's glowing a little bit.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna use it for good, hopefully. But are you good? Can I roll a medical check to see if she's good?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
I hope it's better than my normal.
What was that? Sorry, Michaela?
16.
16. You think that with a full night's sleep, Percy will probably be fine. At the moment, she's obviously a little bit disoriented. But this probably won't have any lasting effects.
Can I
Lost some brain cells, but it happens to everybody, you know.
Can I go find her some water then to maybe it's not gonna help that much, I bet, but
Yeah, you have a water skin on you that you can give her.
oh, that's right. Okay. You should drink this.
Okay.
It should be water.
Give
I'm
me.
making a joke.
Oh, thank you. And I drink it.
You feel better. You feel hydrated.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Did you see my sludge?
Yeah, it looks cool.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, maybe we could do it next time you try and make that. Maybe get away from it after you mix it.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have a hazmat suit or something, but I don't know.
The economy
PPE these days, hard to find.
All right, so it's still the middle of the night. Y'all left the night market at midnight, and I would say you guys are probably up now, probably an extra hour after that.
Oh,
It's about 1 in the morning.
Sleep, huh?
Probably.
Yeah.
After inhaling all that schmuck, I'm gonna pass out on the couch with Yoda on my
Absolutely. You guys kind of go back inside. Percy hits the couch and just is immediately out.
As I'm falling asleep, I'm thinking about how Yoda has was it two heads or two tails?
I believe it was 2 heads.
Yoda's the lizard.
I don't even remember.
I'm pretty sure
Yoda's
weird
Okay.
two-headed lizard.
And I go to bed, as I'm falling asleep, I'm thinking about if I could somehow mute my hand to make another hand. I fall asleep.
All right, where's everyone else going to sleep? Are we doing watch?
I will do first watch.
Probably do watch.
And I'll tell them that I found a cot downstairs. I don't know, like, if it's got pee or anything on it, but, like, I saw it. So, like, whoever's sleeping first, I don't care who takes it, can have it.
He has 2 tails. I looked it up.
2 tails.
I'm asleep in the living room with near Percy, just in case there's another passing out kind of thing. But
I assume there's like a bedroom
Mm-hmm.
with like a mattress.
Yeah, it's old and nasty, but yes, there is.
I'm gonna say it's probably better than anything Venice has slept on recently.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm gonna sleep there, and I'll take the last watch.
All right. So Dot, you take first watch. Cormac will also take watch with you.
Yeah. Okay.
So y'all can hang out. Go ahead and roll me a perception check because you're on watch.
Perception. 16.
16. As like everyone settles and you can feel everyone else like starts drifting off to sleep, everything gets a lot quieter. It's just you and Cormac just kind of sitting there listening. You hear noises outside.
Okay. Well, I assume if I heard it, he probably heard it. So I'm gonna go. Where am I? Would I be outside or could I like be inside looking out a window or something? Like,
You can be inside if you want.
okay, well, I'm gonna peek out a window then, see if I can tell where the noise is coming from and or what it is.
Yeah, you can see as you're looking down the street, you can actually see those same people who have been going in and out of houses are basically just like across the street from you.
Why? Okay. I'm just gonna like watch them a little bit to see if they like try and come in over here or something. Just because I don't want to like cause a stir if it's not a problem.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah, you can see very clearly it's a group of, there's 5 people in this group. You can't get too much like information. It's dark and they're across the street. But you see them all go into this house that's across the street from you. Like, like this same house, there's like doors that are long gone. And you can see them rummaging around, and you can also see them like everything that they have taken, they've like put out on the sidewalk to move when they go to the next house. And you see nearing the end of your watch, as you are watching them, they get done with this house and they all gather in front of it, and then they all just kind of stop and turn and look at the house you are in.
Okay.
Do you want to be seen by them,
No.
or are you hiding?
Well, I don't know. I like don't want to because I don't want them to know we're here, but then again, I want them to know so that they don't not to mess with us. I want to be seen, I think.
You want to be seen? Because I mean, like they had heard, they know that there's someone else in this neighborhood. Like you guys had been screaming earlier.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'll let them see me, I guess.
Cool. You and Cormac both kind of stand in this window, very clearly making yourself seen.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that these people see you.
Okay.
And basically you're having this standoff, and this happens as whoever's taking second watch is getting up, ready to switch out. I don't remember who said was taking second watch.
You're second.
Venice, are you on? Do you say second or third? Because it's like 1 or 2
I
a.m.
said last watch, but like I'll take second if no one else wants it.
I mean, it's like pretty much morning anyway at that point if we went to bed at like 1.
That's true. Wanna?
Me too.
Yeah. Do you want to do it together or?
Sure.
You both get up and you can see Dot and Cormac are at the window, like staring out. You can see Cormac like has his hand on his gun, so you know that there's something going on outside. Like the second you get up.
I'm gonna like grab my staff and walk up and stand next to them.
Yeah, same.
As you guys also kind of like appear visible to all these people, you can see that they grab all their stuff and keep moving further down the street.
Nice job.
All right. That was freaky. Good night.
Night.
I don't know what that was. They looked like the people from earlier. I don't know. Yeah. Hopefully they don't come back again while we're here. So, but I think it looked like they were like taking stuff out. So maybe they're just taking the good stuff from the houses and taking that. I don't know.
Did you get a chance to see like what kind of stuff it was?
I didn't think to do that.
Like,
But
are they
I roll for that,
grabbing like TVs?
I like roll for that.
You can go ahead, Dot. You can roll another perception check to see how much you could have seen of their stuff. You weren't super paying attention at the stuff they brought out. You're more like concerned there's a group of 5 people just across the street from you.
Yeah.
Definitely just sizing you up to see if they could take this house.
Yeah, so no, I didn't see shit.
Okay.
But yeah. Okay, well, if it's cool with you two, I'm gonna go to sleep.
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely.
I do so.
All right. Go for a second watch. Go ahead and roll your perception checks.
Oh.
13.
19.
You guys watch. You're already on like high alert. That you started your watch knowing that there's people outside. You can see as your watch progresses that these people are going in and out of houses, but they have just straight up continued past this house. You believe that they know that this house, they are not going to be able to fuck with you guys. That they were thoroughly intimidated by all of you guys standing in the window, like a fucking fuck around and find out sort of stance.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of watch them get further and further as your watch progresses.
Can I see if I can pick out like what kind of stuff they're taking?
Yeah, go ahead and roll another perception check.
Jesus. 6.
As you look, you think that it doesn't look like, I mean, obviously a lot of these places have already been raided a lot. These look like general, like almost like boards and like pieces of like the house. Like they aren't like super, like they're like partially dismantling parts of these houses for some reason.
Gotcha. Hey Letty,
Mhm.
when it gets a little bit lighter, I want to run over to that house across the street and see if I can, like, see what they've been taking. Or
Sure.
if they left any sort of message or anything.
Yeah, we can totally do that.
Cool.
Yeah. So I think it's dark right now, and we don't have like any sort of light. We probably wouldn't be able to see anything anyway.
Yeah.
So that's weird. It's so weird to see all those people rolling around. You've been here before, right? Haven't seen anything like that in the past?
I mean, like, people raid houses, that happens, but, like, it's weird that they're so methodical about it.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they've taken,
Yeah.
for sure.
And if they're just taking, like, building supplies, they don't need to go to multiple houses to get boards. They could just get that all from one house instead of taking, like, a couple here and there.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
I wonder
And there's
something specific.
Yeah. Should we just hang out and watch till daytime-ish? Till the break of dawn?
Yeah. Can I, like, hang out, like, in the window?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, you can see as like the sun begins to rise, eventually you can see that these people have like gone way past. You don't really see them anymore, just because they've gone so far down this road. Yeah, the sun begins to rise at the end of your guys' shift.
Do you want to go inside and take a peek, and I'll kind of stay nearby, because I think in this house, because everybody here is asleep, unless it's getting to the point where anybody's waking up, like Cormac and you still sleeping. Yeah, I'll keep a watch on your house, and see if there's anything coming. See if anybody's sneaking around. If you wanted to just go take a peek.
Yeah, wanna stealth on over.
All right, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Actually. 17.
17, you creep silently across the road. It's still, the sun is rising, but it's not high enough in the sky that you just like would totally be giving away your position. Yeah, you creep over to this other house. Are you going in, or are you just gonna peek through like a window or something?
I want to go in.
Yeah, I mean, door's not there. You can easily just walk in. As you enter, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
19.
19. You can see, like most of these houses, a bit, has been raided many times before. What really does stand out to you, and what you believe these people have taken, is you can see wallpaper has been torn away. And that that drywall has been like also taken out. You can see there are actual boards that have been smashed out of the walls. It looks like they are like digging into these walls. You aren't sure if they're like, obviously they're taking like these boards that they have out. But that is what you're seeing. These people are like partially destroying these walls. You aren't sure. You said you had a 19, you said?
Yeah.
You think they might be looking for something in the walls, but it's hard to say because they are still keeping these boards that they are taking out.
Okay. Is this neighborhood like one of those cookie cutter houses where like all of the houses have the same floor plan?
Mostly, yeah.
Can I go to one of the houses on either side of this one just to see, like, to compare?
Yeah, you go over to the ones you can see very similar locations to where they have smashed through this wall. Yeah, these people seem super methodical. It's like they are looking for something, they just don't know where they're supposed to. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Can I like reach an arm in there and see if I like notice anything?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me. Which roll me a separate investigation check for this.
Okay. Ooh, girl. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You can feel in this wall. What you can also tell is like when you go down and up, you can feel there's actual like piping and wiring. And you can tell some of this has also been ripped out. And wiring is a very sought after commodity. So they're probably smashing through to grab this, most likely probably to sell it, get a quick buck or two.
God, get copper.
Do you do this in multiple houses or just one?
I would, yes. I want to go quick, but yes. I don't want to spend more than like half an hour.
Absolutely. In one of the houses that you check, as you reach, you actually feel against the boards, you can feel that there are like scratches, like someone has marked something. You don't think it probably says anything because you have to reach so far down to grab it, but these are probably things that this group of people's after were these markings.
Like the markings themselves, or they left the markings?
The markings themselves.
Can I... It's far enough down, like it's like, am I into my armpit?
Yeah.
So I would have to like peel away more of the wall to see it.
You can, as you feel it, you can basically just feel there are 3 deeper like cuts into like a piece of wood that are down in there. Like you don't think it's gonna say anything if you think it's that this feeling of 3 marks. That is probably what they were after.
Okay. All right. How many houses have I been into?
I would say you probably went to that first one and then you probably went to the 2 around it. You can make it up to probably 4 if you wanted. Let's say safely you did 3.
Let's do
crazy.
4. Feeling spicy.
Mm-hmm. And you feel this mark in 2 of the houses. So you know that's what they were probably after.
Okay, same mark, 3 deep gouges.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna go back to our house. And can I make a hole in the same spot that they were making holes?
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, whack whack.
Yeah, I'm gonna fill in like Letty and whoever else is awake at this point. As I'm like tearing down the wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everyone else basically wakes up to Venice destroying a wall.
That kind of a night, huh? That's wild. Huh.
What are you doing? And why?
So, you know those people that were walking around last night?
No, sleep.
Huh? Like when we got here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they kept walking around and they were intimidating when we were like changing shifts. Like they were gonna try and fuck with us, but we kind of just like intimidated them away. But I just went into some of the other houses to see what they were doing because it looked like they were pulling out like boards and building supplies. And so all of these houses are like the same floor plan. And they were making holes in the same spot in each house in the wall. And some of them had like these markings like deep in the wall. It was like 3 deep gouges. So I'm trying to see if this house has it too. I don't know what they mean, but it could be important. I mean, clearly it's important to them.
Was there any markings on the drywall in our house in the area that we were digging at?
As you kind of bring apart this wall, Venice, you aren't finding the same like signs that you were finding in these other houses.
Okay. And it wasn't in the 4th house that I checked either? Okay, so just 2 out of the 4. 2 out of 5.
In this location that we're digging to, is the only way to access that through the drywall there, or is that just the most convenient? Like, could we have gone like through the stud basement or something like that? Because it seems like kind of a lot to suspect that people would be able to repair drywall this cleanly in the apocalypse. So I'm wondering, like, is that the secondary route to access these markings, or is it the primary one?
What you think as you tear apart this wall is, especially since a lot of these places are really, really dilapidated, that probably the houses that have this mark had already been partially destroyed prior to this, and then this group went in, finished it off to get whatever they were looking for. But these marks were left to know that, like, hey, this is like a spot, you know, maybe someone already looked at, or like showing like this is a prime location. You think that these people are kind of like a cleanup crew.
Cleanup crew to like hide the tracks, hide these marks?
Not to hide them. Whatever these marks were to tell them, like, they had to check all these houses to see which ones actually had these marks. And those ones with the marks, these were the ones they had to specifically grab.
Gotcha.
So they were after something else alongside those markings, and the markings were just a way of indicating whether or not they had already gotten the other thing that they had gone for, perhaps. Big puzzle. Venice, is there anything comparatively different that you've noticed in this house as opposed to the ones that did have the markings?
Regan?
Not really. As I said, they're all pretty cookie cutter in terms of housing. You think, I guess go ahead and roll me an insight check if you would like.
11.
That's a natty 1.
You're doing great now.
You don't think there's any real difference. You aren't quite sure what, you know, these marks would indicate in these houses, since they're pretty similar to each other.
Gotcha. Nope, houses are houses, man.
Seems legit. Huh.
All right, but it is now morning. Everyone's kind of waking up after Venice just destroyed a wall, which was cool. Yeah, good morning, everyone.
feel like we were all awake, just listening to Venus chop at this wall. We were all just kind of huddled around her. Just eating breakfast.
Venice, do you want to, since it's early in the morning, do you want to keep taking a peek at the houses next door and see if we can notice anything different? Or did you want to try and find the palace person that you were led on to earlier?
Check some more houses since it's still early. If we wanted. I don't know what we're gonna get out of it, but
yeah. Sweet. Are you all awake enough to have some morning coffee and bust a few walls, perhaps?
I'll start with the coffee, maybe.
Yeah, coffee.
Well, someone ruined my cup.
I didn't put anything in your cup. Your own cup.
Buddy, that's what you have hands for.
Yeah, y'all have your morning coffee. And it's probably about 7 or 8 a.m. You guys can get going on busting up some houses.
I want to find the pod that Letty threw into the forest.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to find. It didn't sail too far. Could you? Okay. It's just kind of out in the backyard area. Yeah, it's pretty busted. The entire bottom of the pot is just like crusted sludge at this point.
I want to attach it to my backpack and keep going.
All right. You grab a little pot with some nasty little sludge in it. Y'all are moving on to these houses. Everyone can roll me an investigation check as y'all bust up some houses.
11 again.
Oh, my son was on that whole time. I got 23.
Investigation?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
22.
So Letty and Venice, you go explore like near the houses that you had been at the night before, like just kind of branching out further. You aren't able to find any more of these grooves, these gouges taken out in the walls. But Dot and Percy, you each are able to find another house, actually like this house's side of the street, not across the street. You were both able to find a house. Out of a total, I would say you guys probably, as a group, probably checked like 10 houses over the course of the morning. You are in total able to find like just these 4 houses out of these 10 that have these gouges taken out.
What does it mean?
is there, other than those markings, is there anything that the 4 have in common that the other 6 don't?
Y'all can roll. I'll have Letty and Percy roll an insight check. Not Letty, sorry, Dot. I messed up.
14.
Ding.
It's
I
down.
got a
17.
17.
You guys can you make most of the same conclusions that Venice and Letty made the last night. These are marking that these people were probably going through, like someone had gone through before and probably done this, and these were some leftovers, like, hey, you guys check these ones out. With your insight check, you can kind of figure out what these houses have in common is that they just seem less lived in. So you think the reason like the house you stayed in last night didn't have these gouges was that there was so much proof of people using that house without everyone writing on the wall. In the houses that you do find these gouges, see a lot less of these like I was here little tags. So either these people don't want to be, caught, probably, but maybe they just don't want to disturb.
Bless you.
Thanks. Well,
All right,
I
what are we
don't
doing?
know how much. Yeah, I don't know how much else we can glean from this.
Are the people still nearby? Should we just ask them?
Those people, I mean, are pretty far gone at this point.
Okay, fair enough. Should we go find Palace?
Yeah, but we'll keep this information in the back of our heads.
Let it marinate a little bit up there.
Yep.
All right, you guys head back into town. Are you all going to this downtown area to meet Palace, or what else is anyone else doing anything else?
I'll go.
Yeah, I'll go. I don't know what else to do, so.
You guys make your way to this downtown area. You find this little grocery, little shop, which seems to be empty when you go by it. When you like look in that little front door, it seems to be empty. As you walk in, you do see there's like a little counter area and like a back room. You can tell pretty quickly that there's probably someone in this back room area. This person did not roll well on their stealth check. Just saying.
Hello. Hello.
There's no answer.
Is there a bell anywhere? Beep, beep, beep.
You aren't getting any answer from calling out like that.
Hello. Maybe I should do it a little louder.
Just gonna walk into the back room.
Yeah.
You walk into the back room. You can see there's two people in the back room. Both are kind of like in hoodies pulled up. They have both their hands are wrapped. One of them is wearing shoes. The other one is barefoot. And they both kind of like look up as you enter, and they, the one without shoes says, "Can we help you, or what's up?"
Alice.
Oh yeah. And then they turn to look at the person with shoes, and they go, "Yeah, what's up? Me, Palace. How can I help you? What's up?"
Heard you might have some information about what's going on outside the state.
Maybe I do. Maybe I do.
I don't have anything.
I've got that bottle of alcohol. Just to be like, will this jog your memory a little bit?
They grab it from you and they go, "Yeah, what do you want to know? Any specifics? Any like anything, any certain direction you want to hear about? What can I tell you?"
Everything.
Everything. There's a lot going on. Ugh. Here's what I'll tell you. I'll tell you some of the hot stuff. All right, some of this wild and fun stuff. You guys seem like a fun bunch of what's this, like vigilantes, like some do-gooders. Hmm? Yeah.
They're vigilantes. No.
We solve mysteries, actually.
Yeah, y'all look like a group of mystery solvers. Here, I'll tell you some of this fun stuff I've heard. And now, as you all know, you didn't hear this from me because I didn't hear this from anybody. All right, we're all very clear on this. All right. So let me tell you. He kind of like, he's actually gonna, yeah. Palace looks at you, Venice, and you believe that Palace probably recognizes you from your history of being a cool bitch. As he like kind of figures out what to say, what he thinks you might want to hear. And he tells you guys that there are a lot of localized like uprisings that are happening from scavengers. Nothing huge, but like a lot of small victories around. That's like giving more people hope that like maybe we can still fight back even after all this time. Specifically, he says that there are some reports out east that there's a full resistance forming on some no man lands. And he says there's a couple different sources. Some of them say that it's just a bunch of people getting fed up together, but others say that he kind of like darts his eyes around. He's like, that she's gathering people, and one big old figurehead gathering people it's pretty important and pretty scary, especially to some of them big guys who don't want to hear any prominent leaders,
Do you know any specific besides just out east?
What was that? Sorry.
Do you know any specific cities?
This resistance he says that he doesn't have a specific city where it's happening. It's happening outside of major cities, that there's like a large movement of people headed, and then they kind of, go off the map. They don't tell anyone where they actually are. People just go there. Eventually they find where they need to go, and then they're with this little army that's making some of these wealthy people nervous. He says because of all of these like localized like incidents, that a lot of there seems to be a lot of like wealthy people getting nervous about this, and there seems to be like a large movement of like wealthy people like moving, or at least like coming for like a meeting like near this area. There's been like a lot of like truck movement coming from like big areas on the coasts, and also a lot of them are getting, a big thing is there are some that are being personally affected. There are a couple accounts of there are family members of like these wealthy people like going missing, and they believe that they're either getting like kidnapped or like ambushed and killed by these like revolutionaries. That there's like, the big one is that like he's like trying to think of like specifics for you. He's like, there was a big pharmaceutical drug family up on the West Coast north, and they like lost like their heir who's gonna like take over from them. Just went missing. And then like they had issues before, but like is gone, and now they're like sending out troops to try to find him, but like they're gone. I mean, I hope for their sake they're dead, to be clear. Because, like, if they're being held, like, hostage somewhere, like, they're assholes, right? They're horrible people. But getting held hostage probably ain't the best thing in the world, you know? Especially with a bunch of people who, you know, have been personally affected by everything you've done ever in your life. He also says there was like a weapons person over actually near Utah. Utah is he's going crazy sending out his troops because like his betrothed got like taken. Like there's all these like little pockets of these little victories that are making these wealthy people scared. But I'm worried that we got too many victories under our belts, and now they're gonna come at us like full force. So I'd be careful if I were you. Y'all seem like, I don't know. He looks at you, Venice, like headstrong people who maybe don't make all the best decisions. Not pointing any fingers or nothing. Like I appreciate what y'all do. I'ma do what I do. Y'all do what you do. But at the same time, it might not affect you, but it's going to affect a lot of people. All these people who work, like they're going to get under scrutiny, you know. Their bosses are going to be like, hey, you trying to pull something from under me? No pay for the week for something stupid like that. I hate them. I don't know. There's a lot of these little things going on, and I'm worried. I'm worried that we're going too fast and we're going to get stomped on, you know. Like, I hope it doesn't happen, but it might. Hey, did y'all hear that Canada's freezing over now? That's crazy. Canada's about to be a straight up, like, Ice Age. Like, part 2. That was a good one. Heard like a bard to, like, tell me, like, the script to Ice Age. Really inspired me. That little rat, that little squirrel rat. God, he's so unlucky. I relate to him, you know.
Probably his fault.
Like he's just trying to hide, like, you know, put away all his food for like the winter, and he just can't find it. It gets to me because I see myself in him. Anyways, this bard kicked me out of his performance because I just started bawling, and yeah, I don't know. This man seems a little unhinged.
Have you heard anything else about her?
You know, I can't say much besides that I'm starting to believe she might be real. I'm starting to believe that maybe she's actually out there. Just based on all these people moving out there claiming that they found her, but I don't see how someone could be like her could be alive after all this time, you know?
Yeah. Fucking.
I don't appreciate the call out. I try to do an accent once for y'all, and I get hate for it.
I'm in love.
Beautiful.
I think
Sorry.
you're doing a wonderful job, Reed.
It was amazing. That was
I can't wait till I watch this back and I can see my descent into really going for this accent.
Really good, Regan. I love it.
So, talking about Canada, have you been there recently?
Oh, no, never been. Would have loved to when it's not cold.
Well, like, where'd you get this information from?
Oh, there's like a whole like migration of people coming down. It's making a lot of we've actually moved a lot of militants upstate, trying to keep all these people out actually, which is rude. Because I mean, I don't know, they're just trying to live, my dude. But yeah, no, there's a whole mass of people coming down trying to, outrun this. I'm worried that it's gonna freeze Canada. I don't think it's gonna stop with Canada. Like, I think it's gonna come down. I think it's gonna get a lot colder out here too.
Doesn't it freeze every year in the winter?
I'm talking like full on, like permafrost, permanently, sort of like literally Ice Age, the second one.
With the squirrel thing. Yeah.
So was the squirrel your favorite character from Ice Age?
Yes, I love him. He's so funny, but he never says a word. That's how you know he's a comedic genius. The bard who was performing it for me really just embodied the character, and I just,
Now, how was the bard's embodiment of the character of Sid?
Sid. Oh, such a funny character. Like, Scrat, the rat, like, comedic genius. But Sid, he had the lines. He had the iconic lines, He had the bard, when he played him, he really like hunched over, and he really gave it his all of like this person has like a pea brain, but we love them anyways. I also relate to that.
I turn to the other person in the room, the one without
That
shoes.
other person is literally sitting there like,
I just feel like, so who are you?
this person turns to you and goes, oh, I'm like, the name's Swifty. How? I literally just hang out here. This guy's funny to listen to.
Are you the bard?
No, I'm not the bard. No, I mean, you would be able to tell if I was a bard. I would be singing and or acting, and I am not doing either of those.
Well, maybe we thought you were just taking a break.
Do you have a favorite Ice Age character?
I like Manny, but I think it's just because I liked how his voice was. It just soothed me.
So, okay.
That was such a salt. Oh, wait, never mind.
And when I heard that in that second one, that's when they have the baby, right?
Yeah, Peach. Is it?
I meant like the actual mammoth baby, not the human child.
Well, that's the first one. No, the second one I think is when. No, the third one is when Peaches comes in. Wait.
It was a very long performance where this bard acted out all of the Ice Ages in sequential order, nonstop.
Incredible. Well, I hope you got your money's worth.
Oh, super didn't pay that.
Oh, okay.
No, like they were there, they had like their hat out, like taking payment. There was literally nothing in there. I think they were just doing it for the love of theater. At some point, like I feel like it got to like hour 4, and they just like couldn't stop with talking about his mammoth wife, and their baby named Peaches. Oh, when they named the baby Peaches after there's basically safe word. Oh, you love to hear it.
No, I'm not a person for pharmaceuticals myself, but whatever you're on, I would like to purchase some of it.
Oh, like meth?
No, I might pass this time. Where are you finding meth in this time period?
Don't worry about it. All right.
You also have Bunsen burners for sale, perhaps?
I cannot confirm nor deny the selling of Bunsen burners.
Oh my gosh. It's like that TikTok. Bunsen burner!
No, I'm really sad Mac is missing all this Ice Age talk, you know? I feel like he's really missing out this week.
He'd either be loving it or absolutely being like, all right, let's move on, please.
Oh man.
So Swifty, do you have any information about what's happening with the rest of the country?
Not really. I mean, all I can really tell you, like, I can confirm, like, some of, like, the, all, like, those big wigs, like, moving down here. You see a lot of their cars now, a lot more of them. They're, like, moving all over the place. It kind of worries me a little, but I
Are
mean,
the big important people, the fancy pants people, do they work together in tandem, or are they working separately for the same goal? Like, are they communicating and trying to like join together at all? Do you know?
I don't know a whole lot about it. That'd be like really insider stuff, and unfortunately, I mostly hear rumors. Um, I would think so because there's a lot of them coming down to the same area, but at the same time, I'm not really sure why they would unless they're like planning something between all of them. But they all do like wildly different things, so it doesn't super make. I don't know why they would work together.
Should we be trying to leave?
I I mean, and go where, you know? So,
Yeah.
I mean, you could go out to like, you know, the plains and like kind of lose yourself out there, you know, not really to see anybody and feel pretty safe. But, you know, what good's that gonna do? I mean, safety above all else, you know, I love it. But at the same time, you might just go crazy or something like that, you know?
Are you gonna stay here, or are you gonna go try and join the people out east?
I mean, I don't want to sell myself short, but I'm not a fighter, you know? I'm a rumors guy. I do what little I can do to help you guys, but I'm not much use to anybody. I mean, I'm like stuff I say here is gonna die with me, but I'm not like super good with like hitting people or nothing. So I'll just stay here, keep y'all informed, and hope it goes well.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
It's the least I can do.
Venice, is there anything else that you wanna like? Are we besides the plot of Ice Age? Like, what more can we glean from this guy? He seems to know what's going on.
I don't know.
Do we know if, like, this group as a collective, like us as a whole, are we more in the hide and survive and run mentality, or are we collectively motivated to do anything? Like, just our group, do we know anything about ourselves?
Well, we did just go back to save a baby when we really didn't have to, and it was very risky. So I think we're more of like a, I don't know.
Venice
did
very
collectively-
much wants to take down the system. That is her deal.
Suppose I'm just along for the ride.
I like the idea of like going and fighting, but I also am like really, really scared of dying, and like that's kind of what this Dot here is like. Like she wants to be like a badass, but it's like kind of a pussy. Yeah.
I want to turn back to Palace. If someone wanted to join the group out east, is there anything they need to know?
I don't know. I really couldn't tell you. I mean, I've just heard through people that that's where they're headed. I could give you a slightly better location, but I think that if you're able to find them, you're probably in. I think they're gonna accept you with open arms if you can find them.
Can you give me that location?
He gives you a vague location. There's a couple there's areas of the country just called no man's land where like basically at this point it's just like a crater. Not a lot happening out there. Not a lot of people go there. The one closest kind of like to where New York City is, he thinks is where people are headed.
Like New York, or like the eastern half of Wyoming.
No, like New York, New York.
Damn, okay, that's a long walk.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. And I flip him some food. I don't even know what I have.
Y'all got some jerky or something like that.
Yeah, I flip him some pocket jerky.
There you go.
Yeah.
He kind of like salutes you as you guys leave. And Swifty looks at y'all like basically a good look, sigh, like I'm not doing anything productive. Very glad you guys are.
Fist bump. Hey, bud.
Swifty and Palace at the same time both go in.
Yeah. Excellent.
Can I like hang back as the group is leaving so that I'm the last one in the room?
Mm-hmm.
And then after like my group is out, I want to lean in towards Palace and be like, she's alive if you believe she's alive, and then just leave.
He just kind of like nods at you with his bottle of alcohol, like a here sort of thing. Oh yeah, then you leave. All right. What y'all doing? It is probably around 10, 11 in the morning. You guys know that today Leif and Abel will be coming back. They've purchased a cart at some point yesterday and are now back in town. Otherwise, if there's anything else y'all want to do, let me know.
I did my shit, so.
I want to find this bard that's performing Ice Age. Frick, he hypes so good. Where do I get tickets?
You have seen, as you guys have like walked through the city, like there are bards, like generally are just gonna be like street performers. Just kind of playing, not necessarily for an audience, just because like this is basically all they know how to do. And sometimes, like obviously generally they're just scavengers like you all. Sometimes people use bards as like a way to like pass messages through song. Like if you like listen close, you're like, oh, okay, like you can hear like words that aren't correct, and when you put them together, it's like, oh, meet this person here. So like bards aren't uncommon around. You haven't really heard of a bard like fully performing like a 6-hour like story before? Just like nonstop. Most of them are literally just like busking like around, so it seems weird that there was a bard performing all of the Ice Ages.
Maybe they were just really into it.
I'm not denying that.
Are we sure that he actually saw Bard, or is this like a fever dream?
I've seen those, and they can come up with a lot of stuff. So, I mean, it's certainly possible that that was a nice little sleepy time medication that he took, and boom, sprat.
I was just like, ooh, I want some of that. You mean that?
Yeah.
God.
Honestly, all of Ice Age is kind of a fever dream, so.
Like, you know what happens, but like you don't rewatch that movie enough to be like, oh yes, I know what happens in this order and why it happens, but I sure know what's going on when watching it. Right.
Next episode is just going to be retelling us a condensed version of all the rest.
My homework is to watch all the Ice Ages until I just have them memorized and I can fully perform this bard's rendition of all of the Ice Ages.
Please.
Please.
Roll for bard. Roll for Ice Age. Should we meet up with Abel again and just make sure they got a cart and see?
We haven't seen those guys in a while.
Tell them what we know.
Absolutely. You guys can go ahead and roll a general investigation check, see if you can find him.
Ooh, nat 20!
Hell yeah.
Nice. Dirty 20.
Go team, look at us. Hot damn.
Also a dirty 20.
Percy, what did you get?
8.
Yeah. You guys are walking around, just kind of almost wandering, obviously just keeping your heads on a swivel. And you are able to see Abel eventually, kind of like a street a ways from you, walking with Adelaide and Aloe. Just like kind of like doing their own thing. Yeah. As they eventually see you, and eventually Aloe spots you, Percy, and begins running towards you.
Ow, look what I made!
What you show me, and he goes, that is the coolest thing I have ever seen.
Right? Do you want to smell it?
I do. You go, you don't even like uncork this shit. And this kid gets way in there and immediately loses his balance and begins to fall over.
You catch him.
You can very easily catch him. He doesn't all the way pass out. He's kind of like, as you hold him, he goes, Percy, that's the coolest ever. That's so cool.
Isn't it?
Oh
what
my
have you
God.
guys been up?
Oh, well, Dad just got back. Mom and I went out and got some stuff yesterday, and And he like leans in, he's like, I have to tell you something without anybody else here around, okay?
Oh, okay.
So whenever you want to like talk, we can do that. We got errands, and Dad just got back, so we've been like hanging out with him. Yeah. But how did you make this sludge? It looks cool and it smells like unconscious.
Yeah, right? Isn't that weird about the smell? I found like a bunch of like toxic chemicals and I put them all together and I put them over a fire.
I wish I
Turns
was
out
as smart as
I'm
you.
really good at chemistry.
You are, God. You're the coolest Casey.
Thank you. What's your secret? Tell me your secret.
He leads away from the group. As like Abel and Adelaide approach the rest of you guys as like long time no see. It's been exactly one day, sort of thing, and you kind of just catching up. Abel lets you guys know that Leaf got a cart for the horse, with very minimal scrutiny about with like all the militants around and such and such. Percy, Aloe leads you away, kind of like he's kind of acting like he's showing you something to get you away from the group, so like no one like thinks that you're like sharing secrets or something like that.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Um,
So, do you have a crush on someone? Is that what this is?
no.
That's fine.
No, you can roll an insight check if you want.
19.
I mean, like, yeah, but like, it's not what he wants to talk to you about, but he does.
Okay. What do you want to talk about?
And he goes, okay, so this is something that I heard Mom and Dad talking about, so I don't know if they're gonna do it or not, because normally, like they talk to us also. And I'm like kind of worried about it. Actually, Dad's saying he wants to like leave, like leave, like everybody,
Wait, like just us?
like just us, and like go away.
He's never been like this before.
No, I don't know what's wrong with him.
Did something come up where he would want to leave?
I feel like he's been acting like weird like a lot recently. I mean, have you felt that too?
I mean, not really. I mean, I feel like a lot of stuff has come up.
Percy, you specifically remember when you went to Cheyenne and he chose to take Dot over you to split off? And you remember how weird that was?
Right. I suppose.
And
Would
we also didn't really, no one has talked about what happened, like what they did.
Oh, sure. I mean, I guess he's kind of acting weird. Would he take me with you guys?
Oh, like 100%. I don't think that was a question, but
That's it. Where do you think we would go?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know why. I feel like he wants to, like, I don't know, disappear or something stupid like that. And, like, I don't want to disappear. Like, I don't know about you, but I don't. And, like, I don't know how to, like, I don't know how to tell him that I don't want to. Like, if this is, like, a thing he wants to do, like, I don't want to. I don't know how to tell him that.
I mean, we could just stay and see if that will make him stay. I mean, I can't see him leaving these people, you know? These people are like, you know, like part of our family now, and they trust him.
He kind of like looks around and he says, Somber's leaving too. She's not coming with us again.
Why? We saved her kid.
But Abel didn't want to.
Oh, I suppose I didn't want to either.
She's staying in the city. She's like gonna stay here.
Oh. I mean, we just ran into someone who was talking about a bunch of things happening out east. I mean, maybe we would go there.
What's going on out east?
People are kind of fighting back, sounds like. But I don't know if that's something Dad would want to do.
I know he like used to do that, but I feel like I don't know, he's like a dad now, you know?
Yeah, he's like totally Dad. He's like dad too.
Yeah. And I mean like he used to be like super cool and like was like a really cool like rebel and like fought a bunch of people, and now he's like a dad.
Yeah. But like a cool dad.
No, he's so cool. He's like great, but I'm worried, Percy. I'm like I don't like I don't know. I don't know what to do, Percy.
Well, it'll be okay. I promise it'll be okay. I think if he wants to leave, then we'll tell him we don't.
Okay.
And he would be as one, and then we would win. So, yeah.
He grabs your hand for a moment and just like squeezes it, and almost like he's reassuring himself that like you've got his back. And he's like okay, I mean, if both of us say that we aren't going with him, then he's got to stay, you know? Yeah.
It'll be okay. Nice squeeze back.
He kind of like nods at you and he's like, okay, we can go back now. That's kind of it. Or they might think it's weird that we're like walking off.
Oh. Yeah, like we don't ever talk to each other. Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you guys.
I'm just gonna like loudly be like, that's a great point, Aloe. We were definitely talking about lizards.
Yeah. Lizards. The more, the better.
Right? Yeah, you want to show me a lizard.
Yeah, it was like really cool. Like it wasn't as cool as Yoda, but it was still pretty cool.
Where was it?
Huh?
Yeah. Where was it, Aloe?
It Oh my God, what's that? Hey, Percy, what's that over there? Look, another lizard. He just kind of runs away.
You go. Yeah. He's gonna get the lizard.
Like no one in this group cares. And you guys are just like going on, and we're like, yeah, okay, whatever.
The rest of you guys, while Percy and Aloe walked off, you guys kind of meet up again with Abel and Adelaide. They're both like very like happy to see you guys again. You know, catching up a little bit. Like Abel's just kind of talking about like getting this cart, and Adelaide's talking about like the places that her and Aloe went and what they like picked up for the group and stuff like that.
Yo, we saw some pretty wild stuff too, and we got like a bunch of weapons for people, and we got some food, and it was pretty great. So
We
yeah,
met
it
a
was
guy
pretty
on
cool.
meth.
It's very true. Very creepy.
Yeah, you guys all just kind of catch up for a little bit. And it's basically like about lunch time at this point. You guys can kind of go around, either go grab some food, like see if anyone has any that they're selling, or you guys can kind of walk out a bit and make your own. I don't know what the vibe is from the group at the moment.
I think we could probably catch up over our own food, right? We don't have a lot of cash to throw around at this moment.
Nope.
Where do you guys go to make some food? You can either like stay in the city, or you can like walk a while and kind of get more like less populated areas.
Probably like get out of the city, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
You guys kind of like make your way basically to the meeting spot you guys are supposed to have tomorrow. You can sit down, make your own food, cook up some meats, boil some vegetables in cans, and just kind of a nice little, almost like a little picnic together, all of y'all.
Cute.
Oh, cute little. This isn't a part of anything. Y'all can see beautiful Inky right here. All she was doing is just standing. She had one foot on me and just looked at me like I was supposed to do something about it. She just stood there with one foot like, yeah. Wait,
Well,
and
you were supposed to do something.
I just didn't know what I was supposed to do.
Well, you could tell her to use her words.
I wish she didn't blend in. She was making some biscuits though in the back.
Freaking cute.
Good stuff. It's as you guys are finishing up lunch that you can see there's a whole like convoy of cars that are like coming to enter the city. And you can recognize these cars as militant trucks, very similar to the one that you guys stole a couple days ago.
Hide immediately, just try and like conceal face kind of a thing.
Yeah, you guys are pretty
within like eyesight.
You guys can see them. You guys are kind of off in like, I'd say like a more like a ditch-ish area. Like you can hide pretty easily. You don't think they're probably gonna stop and like, what are y'all doing out there? It's lunchtime. But you see there's about like 7 cars that are coming into the city. Rolling up. And they pass by you and you guys are slightly outside. You see they enter the city, which is a huge deal.
Does it look like, can we see any of the people who are inside the vehicles? Like, are they transporting in trucks of troops, or is it like officials?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check.
21.
21. You can see that they are full of troops. They don't seem to be like full out combat, but each of them is a full car. And they each have also one person riding in the back. You don't like recognize anybody. You do see with a 21, all of the people in the back of the cars have like a like stack of paper in their hands.
Hmm.
Can I roll a perception check to see if I can tell, like, where these cars came from? Like, if there's any insignias or writing on the side?
Yeah, go for it.
Six.
You can't they look like the ones that you've seen before. Like they look like the same ones as Cheyenne. Not that like necessarily means they're from there, because they're kind of just, nondescript.
Generic
Yeah.
military. Cool.
But they are coming up that same road you guys came in on. So that's what you gather.
Are they headed further into the city? Sorry, go ahead, girl.
Are they going in specific?
Sorry, what was that?
Are they going anywhere specific?
Where you are, you can see they're all heading into the city, and as you watch them, they all seem to kind of split up a little bit as they enter the city. Like they're trying to possibly like cover ground.
Is there anyone nearby? Sorry, cough. Sorry. What did you say, Dina?
Oh, all I said was sound sus.
Outstanding work.
This is my contribution to the campaign.
All
That
right.
was literally all I had. That was it.
And if no one else does.
Like, as the reaction of the people around us, like, what's going on with them? What are they feeling? Has this happened before?
Like Abel, Adelaide, they both like basically bristle. They seem confused. An envoy like this big, normally like a car entering the city isn't like too crazy. Like it's a big deal because it, someone sent from somewhere else sent to city, but like this big of an envoy of like people apparently with like the same job is very weird, very suspicious, and a little alarming.
Regan, would there be any way to get close enough to see what those flyers are without like drawing too much attention?
There are gonna be ways because you see as they enter the city. Are you guys following? Are you going back into the city at all?
I would like to, just to find out like what is happening.
Yeah. As you enter the city, obviously you give them some time to enter and whatever. That is when you start seeing that these papers have gotten put up around the city, and they are wanted posters.
For us?
I will describe to you. There's only one of them with a picture, which is of Venice, which is reused from her last wanted poster. It's a little bit outdated. Surprisingly, the hair's a little longer, couple less piercings. Looks like it's weird because in the picture she almost seems calm. And Venice, you know who took that picture of you.
Of course.
So, but the rest of them only have descriptions of people. So I will now read you some descriptions. We have woman, mid-20s, short brown hair, last seen wearing coveralls, wielding bow and arrow. Teenage girl, dark red hair with glasses, last seen wearing an apron, will probably be injured. Man, early 30s, last seen wearing cowboy hat and blue jeans, is armed. Woman in mid-20s, hair in braids, last seen in green jacket, and is heavily pregnant. Teenage boy, dark hair, last seen wearing t-shirt and jeans, wields a bow and arrow.
Well, good thing we don't know anyone by those descriptions.
Right?
Woo!
Just can't seem to get your nose right.
I
Are-
want
are-
to go
All
follow these around and rip down every single paper of them.
You can also see there's a reward listed under these.
how much is my reward?
You guys can all see that you have rewards of at least like $100 each, which for like a scavenger is a fuck ton of money.
You'd think they'd be able to shell out a little bit more.
I mean, you're pregnant. It's basically a 2-for-1.
I want 200. If I turn myself in, will I get 200 then? I'm kidding. I won't do that. But like, trying to like
What if we-
the city.
We could turn ourselves in and escape.
Money. Heck
Guys, I can't remember what we did. What did we do? Oh, right.
Oh, a baby.
Fun. Girlfriend.
Also that.
And
a vehicle.
are these all like one poster with all of the information, or is it separate posters for each of us?
Some of them have them all listed, others are like specific. You
Okay.
think that each of those like people with flyers had like their own separate flyer that they were going to hang up around the city.
Gotcha. Can I know Percy's grabbing like all of the ones in sight, but can I grab one of the ones with my picture and just like save it for later?
Absolutely.
Cool.
Letty sees you do that and goes, "That's a good look for you."
Thanks.
Percy, you are trying to take down, you're taking down a lot of these flyers, but like it's almost like everywhere you look, there's just so many of them. You don't think you can possibly take down all of these.
Baby, it's time for a makeover.
I was gonna say maybe it's time to start looking a little different.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not pregnant anymore.
Yeah, and I don't.
I can get rid of my glasses.
Huh?
I can get rid of my glasses. You're not pregnant. We have to shave Venice's head, and we have to give Letty a different weapon.
A rock.
That'll
Borrow that for a little bit.
And we gotta get rid of Cormac's cowboy hat, even though he's not going to want to. That's gonna be a tough fight.
You can already see him, as you mentioned that, just like hold on to it.
He knows once he's asleep, oh, it's gone.
Aw.
But
Well,
suddenly
like,
you guys are in a city surrounded kind of by wanted posters.
Y'all, we gotta get out of here.
and like a time to leave.
You guys, you also know that with this amount of reward, that it is in a lot of people's interest to turn you guys in. Even people that like do not like these militants would probably consider this.
Can't blame him. Maybe let's go somewhere else. Maybe where these posters are not, so it's not directly in everyone's mind. You know?
Perhaps.
I don't know about y'all, but East sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds a lot more appealing now, that's for sure. What do the rest of you think?
I'm in. I got avenging to do, so yes.
But we obviously can't just leave. We have to talk to like Abel and Addie and
We gotta get out of the city though, like right now, because we
like
are-
temporarily. Yeah, until we have a game plan.
I assume we're like walking out, right? Like as
Yeah.
we're talking.
Yeah.
We're not just hanging around.
No, we're not just professing our plan to elope because we are the people on the poster.
Also, is Aloe with us right now?
You guys are all kind of clumped together with like Abel and Adelaide and Aloe.
Oh. Oh, cool. Did like Abel and everyone, did they go into the city with us to look at the posters?
Yeah, so they're
Okay.
able to see them as well.
Cool, so they know what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Can I go over to Abel?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm just gonna look at him.
And he looks at you and he looks, you can go ahead and roll an insight check for me. He's trying to like steal his gaze.
Nat 20 for 23.
23. As he looks at you, you can tell he's looking at you with like sadness and like pity almost. And he looks at you, he says, Venice, it's been nice.
I reach out to shake his hand.
He clasps you at your elbow.
Oh, yes, that's so satisfying. Said, I'll do my best to take care of them without meeting his eyes.
He kind of like freezes for a second when you say that. And he like quickly turns his gaze over to Percy and Aloe. Percy, you can see this. He looks at you kind of like what Aloe said earlier about him wanting to leave with you guys. You can tell that's all he's thinking about right now is taking you two out of here.
Stop.
And he lets go of Venice's arm. And Abel just kind of like looks over to you, Percy, and kind of like waits to see what you're gonna do. And Aloe comes up next to you, Percy, and kind of holds your hand for a second.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold Ella's hand and just look at Abel and just kind of give him a questioning look, like what's the plan?
And he steps towards you two, and he says, I want you to come with me. I really do. But I can't make you.
Why can't we stay together?
He just rolled me an insight check.
Oh, dang it. 7.
7. Even with a 7, you can see him just look at all of these wanted posters, and you know that he is scared. He's scared of losing you, but if he's more scared of being with a large group of wanted people, he's way more scared of these militants than like a safety group, basically. The safety of like a group.
Freaking sucks, man. Okay. She's just gonna say, I want to stay with both of you.
Aloe says, Dad, it's not, if you're scared, then we will keep you safe, because that's what we'll do. We'll keep you safe. And it's not like we're gonna be gone forever. Like, we'll find you again, duh. You know? So he says, I don't know, we're like, I love you a lot, but we're gonna do this because we're brave, and because we're gonna get out of this okay. And me and Percy, we're gonna be okay, and we're gonna stay together, and we're gonna find you again, and it's all gonna be okay. And he starts crying a little bit. And Abel like just walks over to you two. And kind of just pulls you in for a hug.
Yeah, I'm just hugging as tight as I can, and I'm still saying, you don't have to go. We can still stay together, and we can fight it out together.
He says, Percy, he's like, I want to believe that really hard. But I think our paths are going separate ways, but maybe they will, and I know they will cross again. He leans down, and he gives you both basically his like rings off of his finger, his like family rings. And he gives them, he's like, you're always going to be part of my heart. And you wear this and think of me and know that I love you and I'm going to see you again. Percy, you can add, you have a ring of protection. You have a +1 to your AC. As you guys are all watching this, you can see, even without a perception check, other people in the town are looking at these posters and like looking around.
How far away are we
From,
like the edge of town?
I wouldn't say you got super far into town before realizing how widespread this is.
Okay.
Where are you gonna go?
Hmm?
I'm talking to Emil.
Okay.
Where are you gonna go?
He says, we're gonna go out to the plains area. He gives you basically like a location. You've been to this place before. It's kind of where he was planning to take this group. After this, it's more of like a way more desolate, a lot less population. You can kind of like ride out like all your supplies out there and basically not be bothered for a while. So he basically, I mean, you have been with him very long. You basically know like his routes and everything around. So when you do come back, you will know where to find him.
What are you gonna do if the cold sets in from the north?
We'll go south, but not without leaving a mark. I don't know how, but we'll let you know where we're going. He hugs you again, and Adelaide of course is there as well. This is not fun.
No, it's not. I don't want to cry. Okay, she hugs him tightly and she says, I love you, Mom and Dad. And that means a lot.
Yeah, they both, they're like, they said, Percy, you've always been our daughter. Since the moment you came to us, you've been our daughter. And they kind of say to you, like, keep each other safe. We'll find you again.
Okay. I promise. I promise I'll keep Aloe safe.
And Aloe's like, and I'll keep Percy safe. It's like equilibrium. I learned that word.
Equilibrium. And you guys will keep each other safe?
Aloe nods and Adelaide says, absolutely, you have my word.
Good.
Yeah, you guys say your goodbyes. Where are you guys? How are you getting out of the city? Which way are you going?
I think it's most important to get out as fast as we can without causing like a scene. And then I don't know. I think a general consensus is going east then.
Yeah. You guys kind of you head out of the city. You kind of immediately begin to just go off road heading east. And behind you can hear the cars are still in the city putting up all these wanted signs. And that's where we're going to end this episode.